How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Rant and Chill. On this channel, I like to rant and I like to chill. Here we're going to be ranting. We're going to be ranting. And hopefully my blood's boiling, man. Your blood's going to be boiling too. So, not too long ago, there was an event or situation in Tennessee where an elementary school, elementary kids were doing what elementary kids do, reading, writing, doing math and stuff. And next thing you know, there was a monstrous human being, a soulless, pathetic, weak, spineless human being who deserves to rot in hell, goes in there and takes the lives of kids because they hate themselves that much. Look, if you hate yourself that much, do what you do. How about you take care of yourself? If you hate yourself that much, take care of yourself. And what I mean there is obviously therapeutic help and nothing more. Okay? Do not do something like that. What's worse than that, though, there's people, and this is what this video is about, what really enrages me, there's people that defend this monster's actions. Like this guy, Castro Ghost on Redbeard's bunker. This horrible dirtbag, what he says here is something that's resonated in other tweets, something that you will read from even mainstream media defending the actions of this monster, are even interestingly more absurd as well, tripping over themselves to be all more hung up on the pronouns being respected of the monster. I'm sorry. You take the lives of little kids minding their own business at a school. No one should care how you identify. You now are identified as a monster, soulless, pathetic human being who deserves to rot in hell. You deserve no respect. You deserve no respect. So Castro says, I still think that Tennessee got what deserved today, saying that the kids deserved to die. Castro's saying that the kids deserve to die. Because why? Why would he say that? Why would that dirtbag say that? He says there in the tweet, you can't victimize people nonstop and expect something bad not to happen. Victimize? Victimize who? Trans people? Trans people run the show. Have you noticed that? You can't question anything without being scrutinized. You can't make a trans joke without being kicked off of Twitch or being questioned off of Twitter. Are you kidding me? It's like a trans mafia runs this show. A trans Gestapo. What's happening is people are starting to question, hey, maybe trans women shouldn't compete with women. Because if all it takes is someone to say that they're a woman and then be treated as a woman and then enter the space, it's very questionable. Okay? It's kind of like how I've been doing that I'm a trans woman joke, which I'm doubling down on. I'm a trans woman now, guys. 100%. If that's all it takes is to identify it, then yeah, I'm a trans woman. Same sort of thing you saw in South Park. They pointed this out. Same sort of thing you would hear from Dave Chappelle. Oh, but jokes like this are an attack, guys. Jokes like this, making jokes, observations of what's going on around us is an attack. So they can't joke back. They can't banter back. Instead, what they do, they feel pinned in a corner and they want to go trigger happy on little kids. I'm sorry. If that's your reaction, you're the problem. If you defend that, you're the problem. Castro is the problem. People who are on Castro's side, who resonate his words here, are the problem. This is what they say. You can't victimize people nonstop and expect something bad not to happen. I don't know if you've been paying attention. I've been paying a lot of attention to what they've been saying on the left, what they've been saying with the trans stuff. It's absurd. It's this gross overreaction in their vocabulary, what they use. Because people are starting to question, maybe we shouldn't be giving these puberty blockers to kids. You know, maybe it's not fully researched as well. You know, maybe we shouldn't cut off their junk and mutilate their penis and turn it into an inside-out vagina, which is not a vagina, by the way. It's just a mutilated penis. It doesn't magically turn into a vagina. That's not how it works. It's just an inside-out dick, and it's actually a wound. It's a wound that the body tries to heal, which they have to keep dilated. This is gross, by the way, extremely gross. You know why they have you ever looked into this? This is how it goes. So you have a dick. You want to turn it into a vagina? Here's what they do. They cut it. You know, the whole surgical thing. Turn it inside out. Oh, but now it's a gaping wound. You know what you have to do? You have to keep it dilated. Why do you have to keep it dilated, you must say? Because the body's going to treat it like it's an infection, like it's a wound, and try to heal it. Ooh, why would the body do that? Because naturally, it's a wound. It's not natural. It's like, oh my God, what is this? There's something's going on here. We got to heal this wound. So you have to fight nature on it. But nature's going to win. Nature's going to win. You got to keep it dilated. Ooh. Just that little bit alone would be transphobic. But it's not transphobic. I'm just pointing out, hey, man, if you want that surgical procedure, you might want to be informed of what you have to do to keep it that way, which is dilated, which is gross. Moving on. They'll say, because people are questioning putting those procedures on kids, that's an attack on trans people. I'm sorry. If you can't handle that, if you can't handle people being concerned about these operations on kids, you can't handle that, don't go trigger happy. If that's where you want to jump to, if you feel like attacked to the point that you want to go trigger happy, you are the problem. Full stop. Full stop. Yeah, maybe we should slow down a bit on doing these procedures on kids. Maybe we should slow down a bit. Have you noticed? I've noticed certain European countries that are identified as being progressive, praised by progressives. I have wondered this too. Hey, maybe we should slow down on this. Maybe it's not going the way we thought it was going to go. But no, they want to double down and be like, no, if you talk about that, that's a problem. And then there's parents who have concerns about the reading material at public schools being all about sex, blatantly sex stuff. There's some pornographic stuff, and there are. Those books should not be in a school. If you wouldn't allow a Playboy or Hustler or Penthouse, why are you going to allow that stuff? But you say that, and they'll say that they are. Here's what I'm getting. All this, I'm telling you. The reaction I've seen, the gross overreaction from the trans community has been to claim that they're being genocided. This is real. This is real. What he's saying there, what Castro is saying there, you can't victimize people nonstop and expect something bad not to happen. They feel like they are being victimized. And it's being flamed up by magazines like NPR, like leftist streamers, like Vosh, who claim that they're being victimized, who claim that they're being genocided. Genocided. Like the Jews in the Holocaust? Are trans people being gassed? Are they being gassed? Is that what's going on here? No! None of that's happening. It's an absurd, stupid overreaction. And it gets people to snap like this. And you get dumbass people like this guy who like, see nothing wrong with it. They're like, actually, the kids got what they deserve. And you know what? Trans rights need to be respected. This is insanity. This is absolute insanity here. And if you have a problem with what I'm saying and think I'm out of line, what's wrong with you? Like, this is crazy. This is insane. Absolute insanity. Like, and look, I have no problem with trans people. Like if you want to be trans, you be trans. Hey, I have no problem with trans people. If you would see my porn history, you would know. But what I'm saying is, look, just because people say, hey, we need to slow the roll on medical procedures, surgeries on kids, why do we want to castrate them? Why do we want to cut their dicks off? If you have a problem with that, or have a problem with, hey, why do we need all this material in a public school? It'd be like, hey, why do we need to censor ourselves and be very careful? Why do we have to tiptoe around your pronouns? Which, come on, man. The whole time growing up, I never knew I could claim ownership of a pronoun. I never knew that. Wow, that's a new thing. I could claim ownership of a freaking pronoun and then snap and go ballistic and people don't respect it and people will actually be on my side for that? That's crazy. That's absurd. That's absurd. That's insanity. All this is insanity. But all this is important because it does kind of highlight how I guess some trans people and some trans allies feel about what's going on. They feel like they're being victimized. They feel like they're being attacked. They feel like they're being put into a corner and they're going to snap, and then they're all snapping. There is actually NPR. This I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. There are leftist publications, leftist media that are pushing this idea that trans people are under attack in America. Who? By discourse? Like, let's say Jordan Peterson's attacking him. What? He sounds like Kermit the Frog when he's talking. He says, make your bed and do better in life. What? You guys are insane. You guys are absolutely insane. I mean, you name me one trans person Jordan Peterson gassed and killed or lynched. None. He doesn't even talk anything about that stuff. It's like a self-help life coach guy, okay? I mean, he's more than that, but I'm just saying. It's insanity. But here I'm looking at this article by NPR. It's just one of many saying, oh, yeah, here are the trans allies that are gun happy. They like to shoot their guns, and they're getting ready to defend themselves. Oh, I'm familiar with the Antifa version of defending themselves. We just attack first and claim self-defense. So what, is that what we're doing now? We're going into schools and shooting kids at a Christian school because because what, they're going to have a problem with your identity? Welcome to America. Everyone disagrees on everything. You want to snap? Get yourself out. Why don't you come on, man. To wrap this up, man, if you agree with this, press the like button, share and subscribe. Seriously. Stuff like this. If you think the kids got what they deserve, you think it's justified, you are the problem. You are damaged goods, and get help. Peace out.